DreAllDay.com.
Sometimes people be asking me, like, Dre, like, what's your motivation? Like, what motivates you to keep working out, to do all the different things that you do, whether it be on the court, off the court, sport, athletic-wise, business-wise, all this stuff. It's really hard to explain it. I used to think that everybody was kind of wired the same way. So I figured one of my first ideas was that if I was going to get ahead of people, I was going to have to outwork them. I was going to have to do work when everybody else wasn't doing work, because I figured everybody had that same mentality, like that same drive, that same discipline, that same persistence, that same work ethic. I've realized over the years that not everybody's like that, because I've run into situations where I try to drive other people, or I kind of push other people, not physically push, but try to push other people to do a little bit more, make decisions a little bit quicker, follow through on the stuff they saying that they should do, and make it into something that they must do. But a lot of people push back. When you push too hard on somebody with stuff like that, they push back because most people are not really wired like that. That's something that I've learned. It's something that I can only learn with experience. The best way that I could explain it is like, if you ever been running, if you ever go for a run, like on the treadmill, or you go run on a track, or you like to go run on the beach or outside or wherever, you run a couple miles, and when you like right in the middle of the run, let's say you plan to run 5 miles and you at like the 2.5 mile mark, so you already warmed up, you in it, sweat's going, and you about halfway there, and you used to doing it. Like, this is not somebody who's just doing it for the first time, but you're used to doing it, so your energy's up because you're conditioned to do it. When you're in the middle of it, it just feels like you could just keep going. At that point, right in the middle, at the beginning, you might feel kind of creaky, like you just started, and at the end, you kind of tired because you at the end. But in the middle, you feel perfect. Like, I got the energy going, I'm sweating, it's perfect at that exact moment, and you feel like you could just do it forever. I kind of feel like that all day. Like, I feel like that every day. And I'm not talking about athletic-wise. I'm not talking about physically when it comes to actually working out or playing basketball or running. I'm talking about I feel like that mentally. I just feel like I can just keep going and going and going and going. And if you ask anyone who's ever known me, who's spent a lot of time around me, they know, like, sometimes I just got to force myself to close the computer or get off the phone, because I could just work all day. The only things that stop me is I know sometimes I gotta lay down so I have my energy, whether that be go to bed, take a nap, stuff like that, or if I got something somewhere that I gotta be at a certain time. But I always feel like I could just keep going. And I feel like that is, when it comes to physically, like tangible things, I feel like that's my gift. It's not necessarily playing a sport. It's not necessarily any certain topic that I have knowledge on. The gift is the fact that I could just keep going. I just have that persistence. I got that drive, that determination, I guess is the word, the energy to just keep going. And I've heard an author once say that energy is 85% of the job. No matter what your job is, whatever your business is, if you got more energy than everybody else, you could be in the 85th percentile at least. That's it with no skill. If you just got more energy than everybody else, you're going to be better than 85% of the people in there, just because you go when they get tired. When they get tired, you can keep going. And when they stop, you start. And when they're going, you already was going. So just having that energy, I think, is the number one thing. And me seeing the results of having more energy than most people, mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy, to keep going, and knowing that some people are going to be ready to stop when I can just keep doing it. Me seeing the results of that, seeing the advantages of it, it makes me have more of it, because I know I can get ahead of people like that. And I never thought that I was supremely talented at any one thing. But once I saw that I could have that energy, I knew I could make up for the lack of talent and develop skill with the energy, and also use the energy as a skill. Because energy itself is a skill. I was working out with my man once. We was playing ball, and he was like, "Man, the only reason you keep beating me is because you got more energy than me." Because we had worked out, and then we was playing one-on-one after the workout. He was like, "The only reason you keep winning is because you got more energy than me." And I was like, "Dude, energy is a skill, dude. I got energy because I work out. Like, that's the reason I got the energy. I practice for this stuff. I don't just walk in the gym and all of a sudden I'm doing all these workouts without getting tired. I don't get tired because I do the workouts." And And he was like, you know, and later on that day, he was like, you know what, you're right. Energy is a skill. It's something that you develop. So that's kind of like my drive. And it's really, like I said, it's kind of hard to explain it because I didn't plan it to be that way. It's just how I am as a person. It's just the way that I'm wired as a human being. I just got that drive to just keep going and going and going. And if you look at the stuff that I produced, you see, like, I'm a mass producer. That's just what I do. Mass producer of energy, of ideas, of things that I publish, whether it be the videos, the books, the blog posts, all that stuff. So it's always publishing something new. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day. Work on your game.